Have you ever stopped one day and thought to yourself, wow, time is flying by. I can't even remember what I did a few days ago, a week ago, even a month ago. Day after day passes by and you have no proof of your innermost thoughts. You have no proof of all those great adventures, all those great times, or no proof of how you struggled through some painful times. In your own life, think back a week. Can you remember how you felt? What happened? Did you have any great accomplishments? Did you come up with any really meaningful epiphanies, things that changed your life? Or some incredible adventure or story that you want to remember forever and tell your grandchildren? Can you remember any of those things? I honestly cannot remember most of what happened to me over the past 20 years. And it's kind of a shame because I wish I could go back to when I was 10 years old, 15 years old, 20 years old and see, what I thought about. What kind of thoughts did I have? What was on my mind at that time? What was so pressing and important and meaningful to me, and how I felt about it? I'm sure if I had recorded my thoughts when I was 10 years old, my thoughts would be something like, wow, I want a Pikachu in real life. I wish Pokemon could be real. I'm not kidding. That was the most important thing to me at that age. But something more recently that I realized is that I started this YouTube channel almost an entire year ago, yet there are only 2 videos uploaded. And to me, it's important to be able to look back and see what happened over the past year. Like, what did I do? What decisions did I make that caused me to only have 2 videos uploaded over an entire year? I'd love to go back to the specific days, 1 year ago, 300 days ago, 200 days ago, and see what I did on those days, what decisions I made that were not in line with growing this YouTube channel. Now, I know generally that I was busy with work. I played a lot of Hollow Knight and maybe some other video games. I know I surfed YouTube, I hung out with friends, I did a lot of cool stuff, but I want to know more specifically. Like, were there moments where I knew that I wanted to create a YouTube video, but instead I chose to play Hollow Knight? I just can't remember what happened, so I have a solution for it, and that solution is to start journaling. Because 1 year from now, I don't want to be in the exact same situation as I am today. Making YouTube videos is something fun and creative that I've wanted to do for an incredibly long time, and this year, it's gonna happen. So, I'm going to make a commitment right now that over the next 365 days, I'm going to journal for at least 10 minutes every single day. Journaling is such a special activity because it gives us feedback we would have never otherwise been aware of. The same way that a thermostat changes the air temperature whenever it gets feedback that the air around it is a little too hot and it turns on the air conditioning. Without any feedback at all, we just can't make adjustments, and that's why I encourage you as well to start a journaling habit if it's something you haven't been doing before. There are also a ton of scientific benefits. One of the most important ones and the most quoted ones that I see online is that it reduces stress, probably because you're going through your problems and you're figuring out solutions to them. One of the leading researchers in journaling, or as he likes to call it, expressive writing, is James Pennebaker. And here's how Pennebaker describes it. Emotional upheavals touch every part of our lives. You don't just lose a job, you don't just get divorced. These things affect all aspects of who we are. Our financial situations, our relationships with others, our views of ourselves. Writing helps us focus and organize and experience. And I couldn't agree more. Every time I journal, everything feels clearer. I come up with ideas to solve problems that I would have never been able to come up with if I was just randomly thinking about them. You get too distracted when you're just trying to think instead of writing down your ideas. Do you ever feel uneasy or confused, like you just don't know what you should do now or how you should solve a problem? That's where journaling comes in. It's the perfect solution in that situation. And the ability to slow down and calm down and reflect on your life and your day, it's becoming such an important skill to have in this fast-paced world where so many of us are always on the go. We're always a little bit stressed out. We're always, trying to get to the next thing. We're always distracted. There's so many things around us vying for our attention. And it's mostly because of this thing and that thing The amount of distraction on these screen devices is incredible. Just think about it. You can toss your phone anywhere, but as soon as a text message comes in or you get a notification from an app, you're going to be alerted by a sound. You could be doing anything else, reading a book, and the moment that you hear that sound, you're probably going to go and check your phone. That is a distraction that is taking you out of the moment when you're reading. Or if you're on the computer, maybe you're doing some video editing and you go on YouTube to look for some ideas, the moment that you go on YouTube, you're screwed. There's just so much there to distract you. I guess I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but the point is, we live in this distraction-filled, fast-paced world, and journaling can help you slow down and gather your thoughts and think more clearly to solve problems in your life that you wouldn't normally be able to solve just thinking about them. So I'm going to start journaling for a minimum of 10 minutes every single day. And I don't have a specific structure for this because I think starting out small and simple is such an important part of building habits. And honestly, I want this to be fun and creative. Far too often I get into something and I make it work. And when it becomes work, I lose motivation to do it, right? You lose your intrinsic motivation when you're too focused on the external rewards, or you're afraid of something in the future revolving around it. I want it to be a fun, creative process for me. And if you're starting out journaling too, I suggest you to think of it like that as well. And over the coming weeks and months and years, if I can actually follow through with this and do it long term, I'm gonna be uploading videos of this entire journaling journey. I'm actually really excited about this. It's gonna be great. It really is. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I'm just starting out here on YouTube, and every single view that I get is incredibly important. So thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.